Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing my August bullet journal. This past year, I've been trying to really focus on doing time-sensitive bullet journal themes, so something that goes hand in hand with something that I'm doing that month. So for example, in May this year, I did an Eras tour theme because that was the month that I went to Taylor Swift's tour. Last month in July, I did a Barbie theme to celebrate the release of the Barbie movie, and I really wanted to do something similar for August. I had a couple of things in mind, but I think I finally decided. This month, a couple of my friends and I are going to see Lollapalooza in Chicago, the music festival. I've never been to Lollapalooza before, even though I do love festivals, and we're really excited about it, so I think I'm gonna do a Lollapalooza theme. It will probably be a little bit more of a generic festival theme, but I am just excited about it in general. I also haven't decided yet if I'm going to vlog going to Lollapalooza. I might do like a little vlog. If it's not enough footage, I might just make a couple TikToks about it, but let me know if you want to see a little vlog from the festival. I feel a little like festive today with my cute little mushroom earrings, my little gems that I did today, so let's get started making my theme. It's also July 29th today, so I really have to get this done. I was moving and it was taking forever, so I really cut myself short on time to do this, but I hopefully will get it done in time. So I got started making the theme by making a Pinterest board, as I do pretty much every time, so I'm going to take you along as we take a look at the board. Okay, so I have my Pinterest up on my desktop and I'm going to show you. Like I said before, I've never been to Lollapalooza. I've been to several other music festivals, but this will be my first time in Chicago going to Lolla, so I'm excited about that. And so I don't really know what to expect. I do love the branding that they've used this year. This is a picture of the lineup and it is really cool. I don't think that I'm going to do it though because it's not as like illustrative as I usually like to do. This is just kind of very graphic, so I'm gonna try and do something else. Something that I found while looking through pictures from Lollapalooza, and I've seen pictures of other people that I know that have been to the festival like on Instagram, a lot of people post pictures in front of this wall that I think that they have at all of the Lollapalooza festivals, because Lollapalooza, they have it like in lots of different countries around the world also, and they always have this wall of like poster tapestries up that I would assume they were all by different artists that all just like say Lollapalooza. They just all have such cool different styles, and people always take the coolest photos in front of them. So here's some that I pinned of people in front of that wall, and I think that it would be a really cool way to incorporate a lot of color and just like play around with a bunch of different styles, being able to experiment just like a lot of different little designs and not like commit too hard to doing one. Be able to like have a little grid on the page, almost kind of similar to how I did the Taylor Swift theme, where it was just like a bunch of boxes, kind of just having a bunch of different posters and then like the logo in the middle. And I think I want it to say August Palooza. I think that would be cute, right? Okay, so yeah, this is my little Pinterest board. I also pinned like some pictures of people like actually in the festival in front of the stages, because I think it's cool to see like the graphics they have on the screens and like decorations and stuff. But I do really like this poster wall, and I feel like it would be a good cool way to like incorporate something that seemingly is actually attached to the festival, but also is just kind of giving fun summertime colorful festival rainbow vibes. I'm gonna get started doing some sketches, and then I will get back to you once I have a more concrete plan. I'm gonna hopefully just do the logo and then the big poster wall behind it. Okay, I've done my little sketch for my divider page, and it's actually kind of cute. I'm gonna show you the layout. I haven't done like each of the individual posters yet, but I'm gonna get to that. So this is my little divider page. I did this little lettering. This is what like the real Lollapalooza logo looks like. I just switched out where it says Lolla for August, and I think it looks super cute, and I'm gonna do like around the letters in black and then color letters in like the real logo. And then I basically just split the rest of the space into like these equal size rectangles for each of the posters. If you have a dot grid notebook, this is way easier to do because you can just like count and then do a little math, like divide it into however many spaces you want. If you don't have a dot grid notebook, I definitely recommend just using a ruler and then like making a little mark on your ruler where you want it to end, so you draw like the same size box each time. So I am going to just do a little doodling in each of these little boxes. I don't want to like copy any of the ones that I've seen in pictures because those are obviously by real artists, so I'm just gonna like be creative and do my own thing. I don't know if I want them to say Lolla on them because this is like a lot of text already, but we'll see. I'm just gonna play around and then I will show you when I'm done. Okay, so Here are my little sketches. They're really cute. I had a lot of fun just like playing around with different little concepts. Some of them, like this one is just like the letters spells out Lolla, little disco ball, some smiley faces, butterfly, eyeballs. It's like a yin yang with flowers. It's like a peace sign. I don't know, I think it's really cute. So I think I'm just gonna go in and do some line art now around all of this and like fill in the blocky shapes, and then I'm gonna come back to pick out a color palette. So yeah, I just started doing the line art here. If you're wondering, I always pretty much am using the Micron Pigma fine liners by Sakura. They're like my favorite fine liners. I am using the 08 tip here. And then when I go in to fill in like that really big blocky area around the letters, I used a Posca paint pen at first, but the one that I had was really drying out. So I switched and I used just like it was like a Michaels brand black paint pen, and it worked absolutely fine also. People ask me every single day of my life if I glue the pages of my journal together to hide the bleeding of the markers, and I will once again tell you that my journal pages do not bleed. This is a very high quality journal. It's from Archer and Olive. They make the best journals ever, so really ink does not bleed through the pages here. You can paint on them with like watercolor, acrylic paint, and it doesn't bleed. But anyway, while you watch me do some really therapeutic fun doodles, I thought I would just talk about the festival because I'm really excited about it. As I mentioned before, this is my first time going to Lollapalooza, and this will be the biggest festival that I've ever been to before. I have been to festivals in the past, but this is just like probably the largest scale one that I've ever been to. But I am really excited about it. The lineup is crazy. My boyfriend loves festivals also. We are trying to decide between going to Lolla this year or going to Bonnaroo. And we ended up choosing Lolla because the lineup was so good. And a lot of the people that are going are artists that we've never seen before. So we knew that it would be really fun. I'm really so excited to see Odessa. They're probably the number one, my number one must-see of the weekend is seeing Odessa. They're one of the headliners one night. I'm also really excited to see Red Hot Chili Peppers because I love them and my family has loved them since like I was a child, so it will be really cool to finally see them. Billie Eilish is also on the set list. I've never seen her before, so I think that'll be really cool. And there's also just like during the days, there's some insane artists that like I'm so excited. Like Carly Rae Jepsen will be there, Sabrina Carpenter, Suki Waterhouse, Fred again, Dom Dalla, like some of my favorite DJs are going. I just think it will be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's I've never been to a festival this large before, so I think it will be cool to just explore the festival grounds and walk around. That's always one of my favorite things about festivals is like not just seeing the music. I mean, obviously that's why you go. It's the best part, but especially if you have a couple hours where maybe there's not somebody that you really care about seeing, it's cool to just like walk around the grounds and explore little areas because there's always just people hanging out and chilling and talking, and it's so much cool. And there's usually cool art that you can see, great food, usually cool vendors from different artists and stuff like that. And I just love walking around festival because the vibes are just so good all the time and it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited to do that. I've also never really been to Chicago before. I've been to the Chicago airport like 3 times, but I've never been outside of the airport in Chicago. So this will be my first time actually like being there or actually being in Illinois at all. I've never been to Illinois, so I think that'll be really cool, fun new experience. And some of the friends that are coming with me and my boyfriend have never been to a festival before, so we're kind of excited to experience it with them for their first time because that's always fun. I vlogged last year. Some friends and I went to another music festival in Delaware, and it was their first time, so that vlog is on my channel if you want to watch it. It was so much fun just to hang out with them. Now I'm going to work on making a color palette. So the original logo, the letters are kind of like alternating red and like a teal. And as I feel like I mentioned in every video, I use the Tombow dual brush pens. They're my favorite pens. That's always what I'm using in like every video, every TikTok, every Instagram post. It's pretty much the same pens. So if you're ever wondering, that's probably what it is. Okay, let me try these 2 other colors also. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Okay, that's way too dark. So my idea was to pick out, I was gonna say limited, not limited color palette, but just like a set maybe like 10 colors, and then use those for every single one of these posters so that they all look like they go together. And I'll also include probably these 2 colors so it kind of ties in with the logo on top. So I'm gonna just do some swatching and figure out what it is I want to do, and then I'm gonna pull those pens out like so that they're separated, and I'm only pulling from that collection. So I definitely want to do this like mustardy yellow color, bright purple, that's kind of fun. I want to have a pink. Oh, I have this like bubblegum pink color. I feel like for me in color palettes where it gets really important when you're picking the colors is when it comes to the blues. I feel like you have to pick some blues that are more cool toned and some that are more warm toned, kind of like this like teal green, because that like really sets up like what it's gonna look like. So I definitely want to include a darker blue, like maybe this. Okay, and then maybe also a dark blue. I feel like it's important to have options. Do that, and we need a green and maybe like a brighter orange. Like I have this orange, I like that one. Maybe a couple greens. This has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we can do maybe like 2 more colors. I like this. I use this green all the time and it's just such a good color. And then maybe let's do like a more mossy or darker green. Maybe we can even try this like dark green. Oh yeah, I really like this color. Maybe I'll just leave this in. Oh, actually more neutral. I thought it was going to be more vibrant. I'll leave it out and then we'll see. For the first time recently, somebody commented on a video and asked what specific colors of the Tombow pens I was using. I don't ever like write that down, but if you're interested in that, let me know and I can start putting it in the description box, because I know that a lot of people will recreate my designs in their journals, but I didn't know that people actually wanted to know like exact pens I was using. And as I say always, I like designs like this because you can really choose whatever colors you want. This is a very simple design, just like the text and these boxes, and then you can totally like draw your own little doodles. If you want to copy mine, you can do that too, but it's fun if you like draw your own doodles, pick out your own colors, and then even though it was like similar to what I did this month, it's still your own. So I'm gonna do some coloring now, and this is like my favorite part because it's just like have fun. I'm gonna do the logo first and then I'm gonna get into doing each of these little posters. I also wanted to mention, sometimes in these videos I like to talk about what I'm watching or listening to while I'm working, because I am a serial YouTube watcher or music listener while I'm doing my bullet journal. So recently I have been obsessed with watching Mila Tequila on YouTube. I've actually seen all of her videos before, and on her second channel I've watched like every single video she's ever posted, but recently I just did like a binge of like all of her videos all together, and right now I'm watching her videos about After, the Harry Styles fanfiction movie, and she's so funny. There's a clip, I don't know if I was filming when this happened, but I literally spit like onto my desk because I was laughing so hard at what she said. She's the best. So I always like to shout out what I'm watching. So that's what I'm watching while I'm doing this, and I'm obsessed with these little gems. They look so cute. So here I am starting to work on my little coloring in, which is so fun. And I talked about this, I can't remember which video I was talking about this in. I don't think it was my Barbie theme. Maybe it was the Beatles one that I did. But I was talking about how to strategically place color on the page so that it feels balanced, because when you're working with like a lot of colors like this, I feel like it's easy to kind of get lost in the sauce here and like not know what you're doing. So what I like to do is always put the color down in places where I know it has to be a certain layout, like these rainbows. Like I knew I wanted them to actually be like red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So I do all of the little squares that are like that first, and then I leave the ones that could be any color until later, because like I knew I wanted this heart to be red, you know what I mean? And then I kind of like go in bits around the outside of the image and not like, you know, focus in on one section too hard. And I just make sure that like each of the colors that I picked are well dispersed around the page. So like that mossy green that I did for the background on that Chicago heart poster, I also made a pretty prominent color like on the left side of the page towards the bottom so that it was like balanced, and like all of the mossy green isn't just like in one spot on the page, if that makes sense. I know this is like a lot to go into when I'm just talking about coloring, you know, but I actually do think that it makes a difference, and it makes your piece look like it's a lot more thought out, even if, oh my god, I just like choked on my own spit, sorry. Even if you are doing a really simple design like this, I feel like that's a way to make it look, you know, like you really thought about it, and like, I don't know, it's really put together. But yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing these because this is just like doing a coloring book. I feel like I always talk about that when I do my journal. I love doing themes like this where it's just like blocky shapes, and I did the line art and then it's just coloring in because it's just like doing an adult coloring book, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, when I was drawing all these little doodles, I was just trying to like think of some fun little like summery imagery and festivals and retro. And actually this one right here was inspired by some of the Bonnaroo poster art, which I think is cool too because I just want it to be very festival-y in general, if you know what I mean. Here is my little divider page. Oh my god, I really like it. I think I'm going to go in with a white gel pen or like my white Posca marker and do just a little outline around this logo here in the middle, but I think I'm done with everything else, so I'm going to do that and I'll come right back. So I added that little white line around everything, and I like to add that especially on pages like this that are really busy because I feel like it helps to separate and kind of ground whatever you want to be in the focus. So I did that here. I think it looks super cute. So I also did these two little pages off camera. This is my little calendar page. I did the same basically type that I did over here, but I kind of rearranged it because on the Lollapalooza logo, they have like a long version across like this, and they also have a stacked version. I thought it was really cute, and it's just simple. And then I also did the header for my moments page. This I did the same thing, just wrote it in the same kind of typeface. Some people ask me about this sometimes. I didn't look, I mean, I'm sure this is a real typeface that they used for the logo, but I kind of just drew how I thought the letters would look. I didn't like look at a picture or anything. Just kind of improvised it, and especially if it's like really funky and like angular like this, it's really easy to like make it your own because they don't have to look perfect. I'm about to start working on this little page. This is where I put my little header here that says like habits and goals or something like that. And then I think I'm going to draw 3 more like mini posters here and then have this little box for me to write my goals. It's later. I'm back. I've eaten dinner and I did this little sketch for my illustration page. I always try to do something that's like in theme but maybe like a little bit more elaborate. So this, I'm doing a little illustration. I thought it would be cool to do an illustration of somebody, well I guess it's me, standing in front of that poster wall that I was talking about that I showed on the Pinterest board. So this is like the poster wall behind, and then like my little character here, and cute little festival outfit, and then I wrote funky time on the top in the same font. So I'm just going to do some line art now, do some more doodles for the actual posters, and then I will show you. So I started doing the line art here, and I can talk about this a little bit more later, but I was trying to draw one of the outfits that I had planned for Lollapalooza. I actually don't know for sure if I'm going to wear this outfit yet. I haven't like really figured out all the things yet, even though we're leaving in like 2 days, but you know, whatever. But it's this like little lace over duster thing that I got, and this pashmina that I wear to like a lot of the festivals that we go to. I can put a picture of my pashmina on the side, and I thought it was really cute, and I did the lace in a very interesting way because that overcoat duster thing is fully lace, and you can see how I did it later, but I think it turned out really cute, so I'll show you. Hey guys, it's the next day. I stopped working last night because I ended up going out with some friends, but I am back to work. I'm just gonna finish up my little illustration page today. Did another fun little like colorful festy makeup look, just for fun, even though I'm just wearing pajamas. And then I'll do a little time lapse and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. I just need to talk about this for a second. So for those of you who don't know, I have an Etsy shop where I sell my handmade sun catchers. Look like this. They go on your window and then they diffract the light into pretty rainbows all over your room. So if you want to have some of those, definitely go check out my Etsy shop because I make them in all of these custom design shapes. Like I have these ones that are like some little groovy shapes. I have these camper vans, these little fairy and mushrooms, some butterflies. I have a couple sets, but they look so beautiful when you use them with a disco ball. Like it will also, if you look at the curtain right there, the disco ball also reflects like colorful rainbows everywhere. Like it's so pretty. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. So back to my little illustration. I finished doing the line art and here I am doing some of the coloring. I don't think that I filmed a lot of this because my camera was dying, but yeah, I ended up doing the same technique, same color palette as on the divider page and laying out the colors for the posters like I talked about a couple minutes ago, making sure all of the colors were balanced throughout the page. I finished my illustration. And so now all my pages are done and I'm gonna show you what they look like. They're so cute. Here is my adorable divider page. I love how this came out. It looks so cute. We're having some beautiful rainbows right now too. I just love how all the colors turned out. It's so vibrant and it really screams festival to me, which is really what I was going for, so I love that. Here is my calendar and my illustration page. This looks so much better than I thought it was gonna look. I feel like in every illustration there's like a section where you're like, oh god, I don't know if this is gonna turn out how I think it is, but this really looks so cute. Here is my cute little calendar header, and for the last page we have my habits and goals and my moments page. And that is my final bullet journal theme for August. I'm so happy with how it came out and I'm really excited for Lollapalooza this year. Like I said before, I haven't really decided if I'm gonna vlog it yet. This video will be up before we leave, so if you want to see that vlog, definitely comment on this video, let me know so that I can prioritize getting some fun clips in. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me while I did my journal for August. I had a lot of fun chatting through it the whole time. Let me know in the comments what you're doing for your bullet journal for August, or if you don't bullet journal and you just like to hang out with me, let me know what your dream festival lineup would be. If you want to see more from me, definitely go follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is @GracieCreates and my TikTok is @GroovyGracieCreates. Bye bye.
Everyone is watching, but I still feel so alone.